What's going on, G Dot family? It is your boy back at it again with another reaction to an interview. And today we're reacting to Tom Brady getting interviewed. I've personally never seen a Tom Brady interview, like not like one that's not done by a sport podcast or a Sports Nation network. Sorry. But let's go ahead and get into it. Let's see what's going on.
I'm about to interview the greatest football player of all time, and his name, who am I here with today?
Tom Brady.
The GOAT, the greatest of all time.
Appreciate it.
It's Tom Brady, you guys. He won.
And honestly, before we get into the video, going to be a great video, I already know. Shout out to School of Hard Knocks. But Tom Brady is definitely the GOAT. I feel like it's Tom Brady, Deion, Randy, and then you can go from there.
7 Super Bowls and 3 MVPs, all while making hundreds of millions of dollars. So today, I just flew out to Chicago to meet up with and interview the legend himself to figure out his exact secrets to becoming one of the greatest athletes across any sport and what it took to not make millions, but hundreds of millions of dollars. So this video is about to be insane from start to finish, so stay tuned until the end. With that being said, let's get this video on the way.
Oh, they're in Chicago. Okay. Gotta show love to my city.
You guys.
I missed that Lakeshore Drive.
We're going to be interviewing Tom Brady, which is actually at one of his recent businesses that he just opened up out here in Chicago. But I got to
actually, that's crazy. I know exactly where he's at. That's insane.
We've ever done. Look, I've interviewed Shaq, I've interviewed Will Smith, I've interviewed 25 billionaires, the richest people in the world. But we're talking about one of the greatest athletes of all time, Tom Brady, the legend. He's going to go down in every sports history book, you guys. So this is going to be a once-in-a-lifetime experience and an incredible interview for you guys. So stay tuned. We're going to be meeting with the legend any minute now.
Don't blame him. I know exactly where it's at. It's crazy.
How you doing, man? What's up, brother? Great to see you, man. Good to see you. Everything good? Good to see you. Everything's great, man.
Oh, you're doing it with Tom?
Yeah, doing it with Tom, man. What's up, man? How you doing, brother?
Good to see you, buddy.
Great to see
We'll
you.
get you set up right here. Have you watched this? Have you watched this? He's great. He's the best in the world. I love it.
James, Tom, how you doing? I'm doing good, man.
Is that his son?
That's awesome.
His son looks just like him. That's crazy.
What's the best?
Tall as hell.
Best spot
Right here. We'll stand right here.
Guys, can we get the ball?
Who am I here with today?
Tom Brady.
The GOAT, the greatest of all time.
Appreciate it.
And for those that don't know, how did you make your millions?
A lot of hard work on the football field, taking a lot of hits and trying to get the ball out of my hand as fast as possible, throwing it to my teammates.
You're the greatest of all time.
I appreciate that.
Definitely.
I like to think that I did the best I could with the opportunities I got, and I never try to compare myself to anybody else. I just try to be the best I could be every day for myself and for all my teammates.
That's something the GOAT would say. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But that's something that's something he's better than Michael Jordan.
You became one of the greatest athletes to ever pick up a football. What was the biggest driving factor of your success throughout your career?
I think what happened, early in my career through high school and college, I had to work really hard to become a starter on the team and ultimately to be a contributor. I think through those 9 years, I really learned a lot of resiliency because things didn't always bounce my way early on. And I think I really had to find different strategies to be successful. Then when I got to the pro level, I felt like I had a lot of self-confidence because I had overcome a lot when no one was really paying attention. So now I got to the pros and I was like, all right, let me put those same tactics to work.
Did you have anybody that doubted you?
Yeah, about 32 teams for the first 6 rounds of the NFL draft.
But you didn't listen to them.
You know what? I think you have to listen to what's inside of you and the own self-belief that you have. And the person that you're looking at in the mirror every day really matters most.
How did you find that self-belief though? Because that's one of the biggest things people in business and sports, they doubt themselves. They listen to the naysayers. What was it inside of you that found that self-belief to go out there and become one of the greats?
It's just a lot of trial and error and a lot of failure. And I think the failures that I had allowed me to be successful. And I always tell everybody, you have to get outside of your comfort zone. We can all wake up every day and live a life of comfort and convenience and do things the same way all the time. But I think you really have to challenge yourself to grow in many ways, physically, mentally, and emotionally, in order to achieve things that maybe you didn't even think were possible.
The comfort zones where dreams go to die.
You're 100% right. Well said.
Well, let me ask you this. You weren't the fastest.
100% true, by the way. You can't just be comfortable laid up every day. It's because you get too comfortable. That's when you get lazy. You get too lazy. That's when you start breaking habits, and that's when things fall apart. Always keep yourself on your toes and do something, I would say, once a week or at least a couple times, 3 times a month to get you out of your comfort zone. Like you said, physically, mentally, and emotionally. Do something.
You weren't the strongest, but you outlasted everybody. What was the secret to your longevity?
Well, I had so many great mentors, and that taught me the right way. My best friend in the world, it was like my brother, Alex Guerrero, who's now running the entire health and wellness department for the Raiders. He taught me a lot, and it was a lot of discipline that I learned through our work together about how to take care of my body that allowed me to do what I love to do for a long time.
So I want to challenge you. Take me to the most life-changing conversation you ever had. What is the greatest piece of advice you ever received throughout your career?
When I was a sophomore in college, college, I had a sports psychologist mentor of mine, Greg Harden, and God rest his soul, he passed away about 6 months ago. And I would go and bitch and complain to him all the time that I wasn't getting the same opportunities that other guys were. And he sat me down in his office one Tuesday afternoon and he said, why don't you quit bitching about all the things you're not getting and worry about the things you are getting? And if they give you 3 opportunities in a practice to go out there and do your best, then do it. And don't worry about anybody else. And I think so many times we focus on what everyone else gets and we lose track of what we're getting and the opportunities we're getting. You go out there and you take advantage of the opportunities you get, and I did that.
Take
100%
accountability.
facts.
Nobody's coming to save you.
Accountability is a word that I think we need to ingrain in all of us all the time. We are accountable to the people that we value in our life, certainly ourselves, number one, but the people that matter in our life, we should be accountable to them too.
You faced immense pressure, booze. You played with broken ribs. You played at Super Bowls. How did you train your mind to deal with that type of pressure? Guys, I know we're interviewing Tom Brady right now. Community, the most powerful on AI and content. First,
We gotta get that past that.
brand that gets
Gotta
billion
get past that.
direct access. One.
Not trying to miss any second of Tom Brady.
Success is the ability to deal with immense amounts of pressure because people crumble. How did you train your mind to deal with a lot of pressure?
A lot of great sayings. One is like iron sharpens iron. Dealing with pressure, you have to put yourself in pressure situations. So I treated practice like a game. And if we scored a touchdown in practice, I celebrated like it was in a game. And I wanted to deal with all those emotions like it was game day even when it wasn't game day. So every little thing that I could make a competition, I made it seem like even in the off season, if I was throwing with Gronk or Julian or Danny or Wes, I'd say, hey man, it's 4th down, 4th and 7. We got to score. We only got one shot to win the Super Bowl. And you either win the Super Bowl or you're not. But the difference is that Super Bowl's in June or July and you got to get it done then. So then when it really matters in February, well, you realize you've already done it before and your body knows and it's already been programmed for that experience.
Take me back
Factual.
to Super Bowl 51. You
One
were
of my
down.
favorite games.
You were down 28-3 at halftime. The biggest deficit in Super Bowl history. You came back and won. Take me back to the locker room at halftime. What was going through your mind? What were you telling yourself? What was that self-talk?
Well, the point was, and I think for all of us, don't quit. Go fight your ass off and fight to the end. And look, whatever happens, be proud of what you did by the way you fought because sometimes things don't bounce your way early in the game. But if you quit, you're a loser for life. If you fight back, well, let's see what can happen. And we're down 21-3, and Coach Belichick said to us, 21 points won't be enough to beat us today. So we got the ball in the 3rd quarter, and we punted back to them, and they scored a touchdown, and it went 28-3. And I was like, well, maybe 28 points is enough. But you know what? We fought back that day, and I think the strength, resilience, determination of the men on that team and in that organization, coaching included, we showed what we were all about, and we didn't stop fighting. And then we found a way to overcome the early deficiencies that, in the end, make it a magical day for all of us.
You have a beautiful perspective on competition, and you talk about how in today's world across sports, people are friendly. You had a maniacal focus about you. Were you ever afraid of competition?
No, I had this no bull mentality, no bullshit, no excuses.
Were you a little crazy?
I am a little crazy. I see things as like you're either giving your best or you're not. And everyone wants to win, but in the end, what are you really willing to do what it takes to win? If you're training for a season, anyone could play one game. It doesn't take much effort to be 4-13. It takes a lot more effort to be 9-8. It takes a lot more effort to be 12-5. It takes a ton of effort to be 15-2. And you have to have the right discipline and habits and actions every day to make the right choices to put yourself in a position to succeed.
One of my favorite videos I've ever seen of you is when you were asked who your hero is. Can you share with my audience who is your hero?
I said then, and I was in 26, I'll say now my dad's my hero, and he always has been. I try to be like my dad every day. He's a man of lives every day with integrity, and he's the best dad, the best grandpa, and I am who I am because of my dad.
You have a couple sons. Your dad's your hero. Give me a lesson that your dad taught you that you are going to instill in your kids one day before you leave this earth. What's a lesson that your dad taught you that you're going to make sure that you instill in your children?
So my dad was there for me every step of the way. Any point in my life where, my dad was a rock, and he provided me every opportunity I needed to succeed, and he had the most belief in me of anyone, and that's what I really want to pass on to my kids. I believe in them. Whatever they set their mind to, they're going to accomplish.
And your last message to the younger generation. Tom, if me and you died tomorrow and you had one more guiding principle to leave with the younger generation, what would that be?
Be proud of the person you look back in the mirror every single day, because that's the person you got to satisfy. And the life you lead is the lesson you teach. So when you wake up every day and the choices that you make, you don't have to say anything. Everyone's going to watch you and they're going to pay attention. So if you want to live a life of integrity, be that. If you want to live a life of resilience, be that. If you want to live a life of caring and joy, be that. That's what you can bring to the world.
You got amazing advice, Tom.
That was amazing advice, and honestly, that's why he's the GOAT, the greatest of all time. Amazing interview, flawless, just like when he's on the field. Best of all time in any sport. Only one that compete is Michael Phelps. Him and Michael Phelps, top tier. Everyone else is under. But let's go ahead and get to the next video. And I hope you like this video, enjoyed everything. We're posting 2 a day every day. Let's get into it.